Alright.
It's on.
Yeah, we live. We live. Peace, 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 y'all. Peace, man. Peace
Peace
times three
reflection.
to that 6-0. Praise to that 9, man. The God out here, man. You know what's going on, baby. We live, baby.
Peace reflections. How y'all coming, man? They go J right there.
Bet. Alright.
Peace reflections. How y'all been, man? Been a minute since y'all seen me on live.
Alright, peace, bro. Peace.
No.
Yeah, we can see
Peace,
you, bro.
peace.
I was just trying to post this shit.
Well, out in nature.
Huh?
I say you out in nature, huh?
Yep. I'm out here. I'm always in the nation.
But yeah, bro, you see we out here, man. The guys had to link up. It's a meeting of the guys, man. You know, we set in the vibratory, you know what I'm saying, rate right on some different time, you know what I mean? Set a couple of intents, you know, but we coming in peace, you know what I'm saying? Um to gain clarity, bro. You know what I'm saying? We out here to gain clarity, you know what I'm saying, spread love, and you know, spread a lot of messages, bro. This is just it's too much to put into a kind of what you call them to summarize. You know what I'm saying? It's too much to summarize, man. We got a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying. Now I need the supreme God talk. You know what I mean? High vibrational talk. So we about to do our thing, man. Free the God, you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Free Rashad Jamal. You see, it's representing in full effect. You know what I mean? That's a big piece to this connection. That's the biggest piece to this connection right here. You know what I mean? To us being connected. You know what I mean? So you know it's only right that we represent at all
Different colors
times. You know
too.
what I'm saying? That's how we coming. Exactly. Yeah. All across the spectrum with it. The whole rainbow. That's who we is for real. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beautiful thing about it, man. The gods is always going to stand together. We here. You see the God with me in real time. You know what I'm saying? We with each other. He ain't with me. We with each other. You know what I'm saying? And we with the God too. You know what I'm saying? All simultaneously. You know how that go. But we here, baby, and this is what it's about. You know what I'm saying? So let's get into it, man. How y'all feeling, guys?
I'm feeling
You
good.
know I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling great.
I'm feeling great as well, God.
God, yeah, man. Let's go, bro. So you know, there's a lot to discuss, there's a lot to touch on, you know what I'm saying? Um where y'all want to start off, man? We can start off at any point, man.
There's a lot of points to start off at.
There is. Well, first of all, I guess we could start off with, you know what I'm saying, the unity, you know what I mean? The unity within itself, the solidarity, like I said, you know what I'm saying, with us being connected, you know what I mean, on the cause of our brother. That's what brought us together, you know what I'm saying? That's what made us want to tap in with one another and everything like that. And we've been building, you know what I mean, for more purposes than one. You know what I'm saying? We've been building on a lot of different aspects, doing a lot of spiritual building, you know what I'm saying? Doing a lot of revolutionary work, you know what I'm saying? Standing front line, using our voices, using our social media platforms, you know what I'm saying, to push certain messages, you know what I'm saying, to be certain voices, you know, like for the God, you know what I mean, for Rashad, for each other and things of that nature. So you know, it's special. You know what I'm saying? This thing is special. You know what I'm saying? What we got is special. Our reflections are special. You know, everything that we're doing, man, is just special, and it's a beautiful time, bro. So, you know, it's a lot to it, man. And first of all, you know, I'm just happy to be graced. You know what I'm saying? It's an honor to be graced in y'all presence. For one, it's an honor that the God popped out. You know, it's an honor to be amongst the gods. You know what I mean? To be able to do this type of work of which we doing now. I just wanted to start off with even saying that, bro. So much gratitude for y'all for being the guys that y'all are, for real, bro. You know how that go, bro.
Sir.
But yeah,
Appreciate it.
man.
Appreciate
You know that, bro.
it. And shout out to the guy for you know, you got the nonprofit going on. You feel me? Giving back to the people. You already know, like I'm gonna keep talking about it. And I was talking about it earlier. Like it's an honor to just be, you know, in any type of vicinity, whether it's online, you feel me? It's an honor. So shout out to you.
Much love, bro. You already know how I feel about it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing like I just said, bro. Likewise, bro. It's an honor to be amongst the guys that, you know what I'm saying, live that real, you know what I'm saying, that God's lifestyle, that push the message, that reach back for their reflections, that seek to help enlighten the next, you know what I'm saying? Each one teach one, coming together, building, bro. This is all of what it's all about, supporting our peoples. You know what I mean? You do all of that, bro. So this just who we are, bro. So this is why it's important for us to be together, for us to come together, you know what I mean, and do the work, like I said, bro, that we doing. So, because we got a lot to do, you know what I mean. But we've been in the process of getting a lot done, man. And we just about to turn it up, and even that, you know, that's part of why we're here. Is to, oh, go ahead, bro.
No, you good. Keep talking.
Oh no, I thought you
You
were about
good.
to say something. Nah, you know, I was about to
Yeah, I
get
was.
into the actual, you know, the unity aspect, you know what I'm saying, and what we doing. We got a lot of reflections out there worldwide. Some, you know what I'm saying, we know like the ancestors. We got reflections known and unknown. But a lot of us share the same cause. A lot of us had the same passion, you know what I'm saying, and the same intent for our people, you know what I mean, with as far as where we want to go, where we want to see our peoples, the things that we're trying to get done out here, you know what I mean? The way that we want to, you know, seek to enlighten our peoples, you know what I mean, and get our peoples on that better path, you know what I mean, get our peoples on a spiritual healing and spiritual enlightenment, finding out who they are, and you know what I'm saying, rising in self and just feeling good again. But and with that, you know, coming back together and moving as one again and building our communities back again and being strong again and having the kids, giving the kids a future, you know what I'm saying, past this bullshit that they give us in this matrix, you know what I'm saying, educating these kids the right way, you know what I'm saying, or teaching them, enlightening them the right way, rather, you know what I'm saying, taking these steps. But it takes us coming together to figure out how to reshape this reality that we live in, you know what I mean, and that's what we've been in the process of doing. But it takes patience and it takes grace and understanding amongst every individual to be able to move as that one solid unit, you know what I mean? And that's part of the big thing about us being able to get on this camera like this right here. Because again, bro, ain't none of this shit for show. We do this in real time all the time. And that's part of what they about to see is how effortlessly we just run this shit when we get into it, because this is how our energy flows when we get around each other, when we with each other, because this is just naturally who we are. So when we get with the guys, bro, it's enhanced, it's amplified, and we be sharp, you know what I'm saying? And we feed it off of each other positively, you know what I'm saying? I pour into the God, he pouring to me, we pour into the God, he pouring to us, and we just keep that, you know what I'm saying, revolving in positivity, you know what I mean, in a progressive motion. And that's more so, you know, again, what we want to talk about, the just the level of severity of the situation, man, because we talk about the spiritual warfare, we know the warfare that we in this matrix, and it takes a level of diligence. You can't be, you know what I'm saying, you can't have warriors and no soldiers. Before you can be a warrior, you got to be a soldier. You know what I'm saying? So to be a soldier, bro, you got to go through it. You got to go through that boot camp phase. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through that rough phase. You got to figure out how to be the warrior. And this is just what we in the process of doing. So when it comes to fighting for our peoples and being a voice for our peoples, there's many ways to do this. We got to figure out how to work together. And even that, it's not even always about fighting for our peoples and doing things like that. But like we said, it's about enlightening our peoples, healing our peoples, building with our peoples, understanding our peoples. You know what I'm saying? So it's such a complex thing that we're dealing with here. And it takes, like we say, man, time, patience, and understanding, and individuals being able to put their egos aside, put the pride to the side. You know what I'm saying? Being able to conquer that shadow. You know what I'm saying? Doing that shadow work to be able to be around each other's energy and let each other just be and flow without feeling like, you know what I'm saying, we gotta one up, or we gotta be the big eye, we gotta be the mastermind, or we gotta be the one know-it-all. You know what I mean? We respect who we all are. We know we all bring equal power to the table. You know what I'm saying? We just gotta figure out what our powers are and how to work them. We were just having this conversation. God was talking about it. You know what I'm saying? And knowing them roles and everything. You know, so it's just important that we know how to come together, we know how to work together, and you know, part of us having that conversation, we're gonna be the example of that. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not perfect and we still figuring this out, but we need people to know that we're all figuring this out. And we need to be figuring it out together. You know what I'm saying? And we, you know, and obviously, you know, we're talking to a lot of our reflections on that, known and unknown. You know what I'm saying? So to those of you who know this talk, but you might not know us, but you know what's going on, you know it's to it, man. You might got a group, and it might even be your own family. You know what I'm saying? That you feel this type of way about, but you want to move in a progressive motion. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It's about figuring out how to do what you're trying to do. You know what you want to do, but you got to figure out how to do it, man. And that's what we in the process of doing, is figuring out how to work as a collective, gods amongst gods, goddesses amongst goddesses, goddesses amongst gods, gods amongst goddesses. How do we all coexist and grow together? You know what I mean? And make this thing happen. So, you know, how y'all feeling about it, man? You know, our experience in it thus
Yeah,
far. Go ahead.
about our experience and just you talking about how we feel about our experience and just like the rise so far.
Yeah, you know
That
all
we,
that, us coming together and what it means to you, and you know your own, you know, personal vision on it, and you know everything like that, bro.
well, yeah. That's first of all. That's what we need to do. We need to come together, and that's what we doing. Uh, and we coming together. You feel what I'm saying? It's happening. You feel what I'm saying? And the more the more that I think about unity and us coming together, see, it's like this. Like y'all hear me clearly?
You good, bro. You good. Run it, bro. You good, bro.
Right, but so when I'm thinking about coming together or something like that, right? It's kind of like we coming together. You feel what I'm saying? And we can get even closer together. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is for us to heal. You feel what I'm saying? Like healing and healing the sicknesses that's in our community, healing everybody else like us. We coming together right now and us talking. We getting even closer with us talking, us getting on live and things of that nature. So as we getting on live and we talking, and we coming together for our brother Rashad Jamal. We all got the shirts on. You know what I'm saying?
See what's going
So
on.
so like yeah, like it's things like this that is needed. Us talking to each other and us being there for each other on each and every level. That's going to help our rise because as we rise, we gonna come together even closer. You feel what I'm saying? This is all about healing. You feel what I'm saying? Like like I said, like it's a lot of things that we gonna get into. You feel what I'm saying? But this is just a little opening. Like I like what we going at with it. It's a lot of things still happening and that they doing, but that's just to stop what we got going on. And right now I just I want to focus light on what we doing. It's a lot of us still waking up. It's a lot of us still soul searching. We still on path, and we not consumed by negativity and negative energy. So you know another thing, I said this before. I said too much do people bring up the problem, but they don't focus on the result, on the answer to the problem. You feel what I'm saying? It's like the news. The news will bring you problems all day. They'll
Mm-hmm.
constantly bring you problems, but they not providing no solutions for the problems. You feel what I'm saying? So like when we talk about the problems in our community, we basically talking about the solution to the problems to our community.
Yeah.
And sometimes all it takes is conversation, something that we showing right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So sometimes all it takes is us standing up for one God, and then somebody else who in the background, they may have been a little bit hesitant, or they may have needed to just see something to
Exactly.
to to. You feel me? Now they off, and that just started the revolution just got even bigger from there. You feel me? So I'm with you. I'm with you all the way, God. You feel me? It's all about
Exactly.
healing. I like the way we going with it. You don't want to rush. You don't want to rush nothing, but you want things to be in
Mm-hmm.
perfect alignment, balance.
They gotta be, bro, because just like what we saying right now, bro, it's all a learning experience. You know, there's new things to learn every day. We're learning new things about ourselves every day. At the same time, we're learning new things about this matrix. At the same time, we're learning new things about the actual world, the real world. You know what I mean? So, and then we're learning things about ourselves on top of that. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of processing the information all at one time that's being done. So this is we gotta slow pace this thing sometimes. You know what I mean? It's not a matter of not working or working slow, but you can't do is to bite off more than what you can chew thing. It don't make no sense than stepping in the realms of what you haven't, you know what I'm saying, forethought yet. You know what I mean? We got to look at the bigger picture, you know what I'm saying, and take our time with it. We can't move hasty. We can't move sloppy. You know what I mean? But that's all what comes with the self-guidance, you know what I mean, and tapping in and doing certain work to be able to see clearly through this thing here and find our way. And again, bro, you know, I always like to stress the importance, like we saying, you know what I mean, of us being together, because everything that all of us want, who understand the same mission, it's all a collective thing. You know what I mean? It's never about just one individual. So again, when we talking about that and we talking about the problems that separate us, and we talk, and it's just, bro, we have this conversation so much. We could list a million bazillion problems. But then when it's time to talk about the solutions or the things that we're going to begin to implement to start overcoming these things, we don't got a million bazillion things, you know what I'm saying, to say for that. And that needs to be the topic of discussion. And again, even while we here now, to help us navigate through us coexisting as a collective. You know what I mean? So again, that's what comes to being the example, and just, you got to spark it off sometime. You know what I mean? And you got to spark it off and show people sometimes you can't be afraid, because you're afraid because you might not know your way through it. We don't have all the answers through it, but we're going to find our way through it together. And that's what this whole thing is about. You know what I'm saying? And the more we get more confident in each other, more confident in self, we'll be all right. You know what I mean? But, you know, it takes work to get there. But, yeah, man, you got anything to say as far as your experience with this thing, and how it's been going, and everything like that? And, you know, again, your vision for this thing and what you see and what you know.
Man, to start off, it's been great, bro. I ain't gonna lie. During high school, bro, I was introduced to semen retention by my homeboy, right? Then I started getting on semen retention, and I started watching, because as you do semen retention, your body start moving positive, and then now your reality is going positive, and everything around you is being positive. So you're gonna get new information. You're not just gonna stay in the same information. You're gonna change your perspective over the time. You know what I'm saying? So forward to 12th grade year, I found Rashad Jamal. But this was after he got locked up. I graduated in 24. So this was after he got locked up. So I'm watching his videos. I'm like, bro, who is this dude, dog? Like, you know what I'm saying? Tank top, who is this dude? Crystals on him? I'm like, what are you talking about, though? And then my first lecture I watched was The House That Sam Built. You gotta watch that shit. I'm telling you, it's gonna change your whole perspective on the matrix around you. And it's gonna change the perspective on how you live your life. You know what I'm saying? And that was my favorite lecture from the guy. So I started watching Rashad after that, and then I was like, bro, how can I get him out? That was my first thought. That was my really first thought to actually do something in the physical about like something spiritual. This was before I even tried meditating, because I was only doing semen retention, like I said. He the one who told me to meditate. So I was like, how can I get him out? So I was trying to get him out, making my videos you can see on my Instagram. So it didn't work out. Why? Because I wasn't doing the work. It ain't gonna work if you ain't doing the work, you know what I'm saying? Like me and God was talking about this earlier, like every day. You can't just say you a guy. You gotta know what you're supposed to do. You gotta know your role, you know what I'm saying? And Rashad Jamal also told us that too. You gotta remember that. So that's what I had to learn. So I started meditating. And then I said, okay, during these meditations because I know you can go into meditation thinking about cleansing, but there's more that you could do with meditation. You could change your intent to anything you want, you know what I'm saying? You could manifest something, you could not also wish for healing. You could wish for healing for other people, you know what I'm saying? But I started off meditating, and I had the intent to meet people that are on the same cause as me, that has the similar purpose as me, that had the same passion about Rashad Jamal as me. And the individuals you see with me today, God on the live, Jay, and God right here, Renegade, I met them. And I met a lot more individuals. You know what I'm saying? But it didn't like when I first met Rashad, I didn't have them. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have them. I didn't meet them. But when I started putting in the work, I started meditating, going out in nature, changing my diet. Like I still eat meat to this day, but I lower my consumption of it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, and that's another thing, bro. Other people want you to be, don't listen to what other people do, bro. It's your journey. You know what I'm saying? Me, I know why I'm not vegan right now. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. Like I told the guy this earlier. You gotta know what you gotta know what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you have to do what you gotta do. So I'm gonna get to that point. I promise you that. So I say all that to say the journey has been great, but you have to literally put in the work though. Put in the work to get what you want. I'm not against you wanting a car. I'm not against you wanting money. I'm not against you wanting a house. But I am against you not putting in the work for it, thinking that shit just gonna fall in your hands. It ain't gonna work like that, bro. It's not.
And can I piggyback off something, bro?
Oh yeah, God.
Because I really want to touch on something that the bro just said when he talks about, you know, when you want something, you really do have to work for it, especially when it comes to when you're trying to shift your reality and change things in your life, bro. When you're talking about wanting something with the collective or a mass people, how can you obtain that without working with the people that you want that reality with? You have to work with them. There's no way around that. You know what I mean? So even with the guy said how he was talking about roles, you know what I mean? And these things are so vital because we all have very important roles. And I used to always tell the guy, just like what he said, when he first came across Rashad, he didn't know none of us. And that's how all of us were. We were just coming across information. And then once we started to do certain levels of work, we started to feel our reflections out there. We knew they was out there, but we didn't have them. And that was one of the things that I took as far as my personal agenda was doing certain work to connect us and bringing us together because I felt that same loss. I felt that same longing for the reflections from my brothers and sisters. And I was like, I got to do whatever I can in my power, to connect these individuals and bring us together. You know what I'm saying? And that's part of how we get here. You know what I mean? Is the connection, but the want and the work, putting in the work. It's a lot of work to do these types of things. You know what I mean? A lot of work to maintain these relationships, to build these relationships, to get these relationships to mean what we want them to mean. They don't just happen. It takes work. We work. We've been working. You know what I mean? And that's all that we be trying to say to our reflections too at the same time is when we want something so great that the enemy tries so hard to stop, and we know they have good ways of stopping us. And we know the problems and how they stop us. So that's why it's time to focus on the solutions. How can we overcome the shit that they're throwing at us? If we know one of the biggest things with us was division, we have to come back together. We know it's hard for us to work together sometimes. That's another problem. Then we have to figure out the solution of how do we find a better way to work together? How do we find a better way to communicate? We have to be able to talk. Everything doesn't have to be in an argument just because there's a disagreement. We're not always going to agree on everything, but we should be able to speak sound body, mind, soul, and spirit with empathy, grace, patience, and understanding for one another. Because if we can't do that, again, then we'll never be able to really do much of anything because we'll always be beefing, we'll always be bickering, we'll always be in two different realms. How? We need to start coexisting. We need to start coming together as one. You know what I mean? But these are the conversations that it takes having. You know what I mean? You can't be afraid to say when you're hurt. You can't be afraid to say when you fucked up. You got to be receptive to let someone tell you when you fucked up. You got to be receptive to let someone tell you when you hurt them at, and y'all can have that conversation, hopefully in a healthy manner and productive manner. Bro, I didn't mean to come off like that. If I offended you like that, bro, I'm sorry. That was not my intentions. And if that person gives grace and allows you to explain yourself, I had this going on. I wasn't even thinking straight, bro. My bad, bro. I was stressed up. I'm dealing with that. Wasn't even for you, man. I didn't put energy your way. My fault, bro. And then like give that person the opportunity to see things. And then, you know, nah, it's all good. But damn, you had me feeling, but you know what? Nah, I get it, bro. We all go through shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like that, bro. We brothers, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's not even, you hug it out, you dap it up, you do what you do, and then we move on. You know what I mean? We should be able to have these kind of conversations and coexist in this kind of manner, bro. And that's kind of what we want to do, bro. Just show that solidarity, that brotherhood, that real tribe, you know what I'm saying, feeling for what it really is, for what it's supposed to be, for what it's meant to be, for what it used to be, bro. But more than that, but stronger than that, because we remember who we are on a different kind of level. We know what we lost. We know what's at stake. We know what it's like to be without each other, bro. We don't need that no more. We don't want that no more, bro. We want us again. You know what I'm saying? And we willing to do whatever it is to get that. And we just want to work with those who willing to do whatever it is to get that. Because we're going to put the work in, like I said, though, in a healthy manner. But I don't want to take up too much of the floor, guys. It's my fault. Y'all go ahead, bro.
My experience was great, but also about you gotta work for it. You can't just want it. Wanting it is good. That's great. Good start. But now you gotta put it into the universe. Write it down, speak it, and don't be afraid. If you want something, like, let's say you want to build a house, don't be afraid to go work a job. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna tell you don't work a job because we need money in this physical, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't do all the work in the spiritual. You go to the point to where you forget about the physical. You know what I'm saying? As above, so below. As below, so is above. You know what I'm saying? You got to put in work both ways. You know what I'm saying? But what people mess up at when they listening, they think, oh, I can't work no job. I don't want to work no job. I'm gonna do me. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy say, that's ego. You're working with your ego. But you gotta understand that you gotta. This was always taught to me as a kid. You gotta work for what you want. That doesn't necessarily mean you gotta go to a man-made job to go work, like to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? If let's say you want spiritual enlightenment, you gotta meditate. You gotta go in nature. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give more than you take. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give more than you take, and that's when you get the fruits of your labor. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm happy you said that, bro, because that's something, that we talk about a lot, as far as, because we watch a lot of individuals, get stuck in limbo. Because the concept of letting go of this physical is very important. It's very important to remember that we're soul and spirit, we're spiritual beings. This avatar is just an avatar that we house temporarily. It's not forever. The soul and spirit is. But at the same time, it's also important to remember that we do inhabit this avatar in this lifetime in the physical for a reason. We came back here for a reason. There's a lot of things to learn. So there's no way to even fully grace that. That's part of the reason why a lot of us keep ending up in these physical avatars again, because we're not doing the spiritual work. So some people might have did this same thing in the last lifetime, got so lost in the spiritual aspect that they stopped doing physical work. And then once you stop doing physical work, as above, so below, once you stop coexisting simultaneously, you mess up the balance. And then you plateau spiritually. You're not going no higher. There's things that you're missing spiritually. You're not able to ascend, physically. You're not able to ascend spiritually. Then you get stuck, and then you wonder why shit is not working in the matrix. You wonder why the physical just keeps getting worse. And you think you got it all figured out, but you just can't seem to beat that motherfucker. And yet in spirituality, you feel like you're not cracking certain codes that you need to. It's because you got yourself stuck now. You're at imbalance. You're not moving. Because you're catering too much to one and not in the right way, because spiritual is going to demand that you come back here. Spiritual understands supreme balance more than anything. So it's going to send your ass back. And then when it needs you to come back and tap out, and me and God just said this, he on vacation right now, bro from Texas, he up here in Connecticut with me. And we both had the same feeling. We talking about going on a detox, but what he said is he about to tap back in spiritually. And I'm like, yeah, I feel it too. We had fun out here. We went out, we hooped with the homies, you know what I'm saying? We ran around. We did a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? Ate some pizza, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But now we about to detox, cleanse, and dive deep into them astros, bro. We got spiritual work to do. We had stuff to experience here in the Matrix. We gave back to the people that, I don't know how I forgot that one. Bro popped out. We gave back to the people, you know what I'm saying? Food, clothes, you know what I'm saying? Some toiletries, you know what I mean? To help the people, bro. This how bro spend his time and energy. This how I spend my time and energy, bro. Support the people out there. This is what we do, bro. You understand me? This is who we are, and this is what we seek to perpetuate. You know what I mean? But also, this is what we mean. We want more of this, so we live this. We do the work spiritually and physically. We set our intent on these things astrally, and we come back and live it physically. And we don't stop. And this is more so what we saying, man. You can't just talk the talk and not walk the walk. You know what I mean? You can't just talk about wanting these things and wanting this healing, but you're not taking the time to hear with your reflections how that works. That's 2 and 2 to get 25. That don't even make sense. You know what I mean? So this is what I mean, but it's nothing wrong with saying we might have had the wrong idea or did things the wrong way. I say it to myself all the time. Like, damn, I probably should have attacked that differently. No regrets, because it's the reason why we did what we did, for the learning lesson. So next time, let's attack that like this. Let's do this way. You're supposed to take the lessons in it all. That's the key to ascension. And then you take what you learn back to them astrals. And these are the conversations that we have. You see how easy it is for bro to throw that out there, and then we already on that frequency, then we run it, and then we build with each other. Now there's going to be 59 million things that each of us say. He going to teach me something, Jay going to teach me something, bro going to teach, and we just going to teach each other. And that's what we do. That's who we are, bro. And then with that comes healing. Because there's definitely times where we're strictly healing, but just these conversations alone are healing. Building back with our brothers, helping us see the way through the madness again. Remembering how we in the trick bag and every little way that we've been tricked. And then every little way that we start undoing it, we don't get tricked up no more. And every time we overcome another obstacle, we get stronger together. More confident in each other. More, yeah, let's do this. We rocking, we rolling. Now let's get out here and touch the people. They ready now, we ready. Let's go. Let's get it. We got work to do. Now we working. But again, bro, I don't want to talk too much, bro. Guys, y'all go ahead, please, man. Cause I know y'all got some vibrations.
Hey, God.
I was gonna say, well.
Nah, God, go ahead, God. Take the flow. Take the flow, God.
I was gonna say, when you talk about spiritual work and physical work, right?
Love.
I had a different. I just had like it's not like I'm disagreeing or nothing, but it's a different perspective that I'm looking, that I'm looking from, that I want to present to y'all. So like, God, you got a nonprofit. That's not just physical work. That's spiritual work.
Indeed.
You feel me? Yeah, because you caring about the people. And so basically what I'm saying is, when we talk about physical work and spiritual work, there is no separating the two. Even if we look right here, right? You see this antenna? Y'all know it's soil under here, and y'all know how spiritual this soil is.
Right.
You feel me? It's like this. That's part of the veil, how they tried to trick us into thinking everything wasn't the same. You feel what I'm saying? They tried to put a crack in it, kind of like this screen, to try to create some sort of division, so that you just forget about a whole part of yourself and your connection. You feel what I'm saying? To higher levels of spirituality. Because everything's still spiritual down here. It's spiritual warfare going on every single day. But I feel what y'all saying. Like, you do have to worry, you do have to cater to the it's things to worry about in the physical. You know what I'm saying? We here. We gotta worry about, what we doing here, and put in the work here to see, even more advancement, so we can get to that level to where, we can all rise, out of just this physical. You feel me? So yeah, I just wanted to run that to say, like, there is no physical, there is no separation between the physical or the spiritual or anything like that. It's more so the same thing.
And that's ultimately what we're saying, why you can't have one without the other, why it would never work. Because they are one, they coexist. You know what I'm saying? They just look different. One is spiritual, so it's like you can't have one without the other. And that's exactly it. Like, that's the essence of what we're saying right now. Like, there's no way for you to have one without the other. So you can't perform in one without performing in the other. That's what we say. So when you get so lost in spirituality, because it has to carry over. And that's what we're saying. There's no way to do that spiritual work without it carrying over into the physical, because they're indeed one and the same, as above, so below. So it's like that concept, you know, it goes over a lot of people's heads, bro. But that's the essence of what we saying right there. Them Jones is running the same, bro. Like they coexist. You can't have one without the other.
It's a balance.
Yeah, exactly. It's and then once you mess that balance up, bro, you get jacked up, and that's, you know, you in limbo.
And the balance I know an example you could do. I'll give it to you. This is what I do. I don't know if it'll work for y'all, but I just thought about it. Think about it, bro. The middle chakra is the heart chakra, and that is the balance, the center point of all the chakras. You know what I'm saying? So, what color is the heart chakra? Green. So, what can I do? I'm asking, like, if I was one of y'all, what can I do to stay balanced? You know what I'm saying? Go outside in nature, talk to nature, ground your feet. If you don't want to ground your feet, talk to nature, sit in nature, listen to the birds chirp, because it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? That heart chakra is not placed there for a reason, and it's not green for a reason. With all the chakras, they're supposed to have those colors. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to have those colors, because each color vibrates on a different frequency. You know, frequency. We are gods. We don't fuck up shit. You know what I'm saying? We designed these purposely. No mess ups, no nothing. That's why we perfect everything we do. We took over every sport. We took over music. We took over. Hell, if you want to go to real physical shit, we took over designing cars. You know what I'm saying? We took over everything.
But nah, let's talk about it. We did all that shit first.
Yeah.
They just robbed us of it. You know what I'm saying? So we did all that. We taught them how to do it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And these are parts of the things, you know what I'm saying, why it's so important for us to be here now, because we remembering these things. And boom, what we were saying earlier, bro, this is a vital piece of it, man, because we was talking about pieces on the board, man. It started off with John Connor, Terminator. You know what I'm saying? Because I threw a Terminator bar in one of my songs, man. But if you know John Connor, he was the child to come back to lead the revolution and fuck up Skynet system. You know what I'm saying? He was going to lead the revolt. So he had to be born. The Terminator sent back to kill his moms before he's born, so he's never even conceived. Like, fuck killing him. They wanted to kill his mom, before, you know what I'm saying? The unborn child type shit. That's what the whole movie is about. So two people get sent back, the one to kill him and the one to save him. So it's like we're everything simultaneously. We're the ones that's coming back to save our people, and we're also the ones that need to survive to do the saving. We're everywhere around this motherfucker. Some of us are even ones that came back to stop the shit. The wicked and the righteous, you know what I'm saying? So it's a real war going on here. But the whole point of it is individuals like us cannot get taken off the board. Individuals like us cannot get tricked out of position for multiple reasons. Part of our warfare right now is this whole shadow banning thing and the misinformation and the misinformation agents and the COINTELPRO agents that they got muddying down and putting a contorted twist on a lot of our spiritual information that's coming out here, because they know that a lot of us is waking up. So as soon as we hear certain things, souls is going to be on it. Like, hold up. Because a lot of us already knew shit was bullshit. So now that a lot of the more bullshit is being exposed, niggas is hip to the bullshit. But they got bullshit people reporting the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So it gets confusing. And then you got people talking this spiritual shit that's not really spiritual to mislead people. So it gets all kind of fucked up. And I'm saying all of this to say, if the righteous don't stay righteous and stay on point and know who the fuck they are throughout this warfare to be able to help the next become righteous and rise in enlightenment, we cannot afford to get taken off the board. And this is the whole thing, like our brother Rashad. And this is why we're going to constantly preach the message and push the message, bro, until the bullshit is over with, bro. You understand what I'm talking about? He can't afford to get taken off the board. He's not off the board. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to quiet the guy down right now. You know what I'm saying? They try to put a cloud. I don't even want to say black cloud, because anything black, you know, that's that, yeah. But we don't fuck with white clouds. You know what I'm saying? So they try to put a white cloud over the guy. Try to, you know what I'm saying? We ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? We getting that bitch up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But while we in the process of getting that shit up out of here, we got to remain sharp. We got to remain diligent. We got to remember what the fuck is going on here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things at play. You know what I mean? But, these things, you know what I'm saying? These are all. That's why I said it was too much to summarize, because we got so many bags to hit, because we get deep. You know what I mean? To have this level of understanding of what's going on and what we in. But this is what I mean, though. A lot of even some of these reflections that's tapped in on this live, we cannot afford to get taken off of the board, bro. Some of the information that y'all know, some of what you have to offer, some of what you came to do is too vital. Some of us came to lead this revolt. Some of us came to be a part of this revolt. Some of us came to bust their ass. Some of us came back to tell the next reflections who they are, to heal. You know what I'm saying? Some of us came back to really fuck with Kai, to get back in tune with Kai, to start working with Kai again. We all came back for so much shit we cannot afford to get taken off the board. You know what I mean? Because we seen what that looked like in the civil rights era when they took those individuals off the board. All it took was a couple individuals for them to move out the way, and look what happened to our peoples. So it's now we are the people, are the ones who have to make a change. Because that one big voice that we had that was really pushing that specific message, that real, that agenda, you know what I'm saying? And again, that's the reason why we here. You know what I mean? And we going to constantly push both messages again simultaneously. You know what I mean? We always going to ride for our brother. We always going to be here. We got to be here for us as well. All of our reflections. You know what I mean? And that's even the stronger we can ride for, you know what I'm saying? A bigger voice, the bigger impact, the more of us in solidarity and sound mind, body, and spirit. Though I'm going to keep saying it. Not a bunch of crazy people, not a bunch of cuckoo people. Like I just said, bro, here on vacation, bro, we had a ball, man. We had a blast. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just come here and just sit down like monks all goddamn day and just, we did some spiritual. Of course, you know we did, but it's about the balance. It was full circle balance around here, and we always going to do the work. You understand what I'm saying? So, bro, it get deep, bro. It get real deep. But, anything, bro?
Piggyback on what I was saying, bro. Oh, I don't know what guy doing. He probably on the phone. That's what usually happens when you're on the phone.
Word.
But balance, man. You need balance. You need balance. You know, if you take away balance from something, let's say, you know what I'm saying? You know how you was in school, right? You know what a balance beam is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you on a balance beam. Or let's say you on a motherfucking seesaw. And both people weigh the same weight. You take one off, it's going to either go up or down. You take one off, you going to go, if you're the other person on there and you go off, that person goes down. You know what I'm saying? If that person's not on their P's and Q's, off the seesaw, you go down. You know what I'm saying? So in order for a group of individuals to be peak, to be on their shit, is if everybody's balanced, you know? And without balance, bro, there's chaos. And not the chaos that we want, not the chaos that, the natural chaos that we have, not that chaos. Talk about negative chaos.
Uncontrolled.
Right, uncontrolled chaos. You want controlled chaos. You don't want uncontrolled chaos. You know what I'm saying? Uncontrolled chaos. Then you got ego. All the things that people tell you, that's the devil in you. You know what I'm saying? And we couldn't put on these shirts without putting in the work, you know what I'm saying? We couldn't say free Rashad Jamal and go on live and talk about his cause without doing the work. How would you feel? So how you think he would feel if you end up freeing him and you the one that's been saying all this information about him, but you have done no spiritual work? You have done no physical work in the physical realm. What I mean by physical work, it doesn't have to be like work or like push-ups or some shit. That's automatic. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a place to stay, and you gotta keep your body right. Your body's your temple. But the physical work is like meditating. That's physical. The action that you're doing is physical. You know what I'm saying? You're in the matrix doing this. You're meditating, writing down, journaling. It's in the physical. You know what I'm saying? But how you think he would feel if he wasn't doing the work and he got free? Think he'll be happy? I mean, you think he'll be in peace? I'm not gonna say happy because happy is a fallen angel. You think he gonna be in peace? He won't.
You know, the vibrations and energy don't lie, man. And this is the beautiful thing about it. So it's like, this guy right here, bro. Me and bro right here been tapped in. What, like 2.5 years now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? About 2.5 years, me and bro been tapped in, over the phone, you know what I'm saying? FaceTime, running it, Instagram, all that with the rest of our reflections, but we be on a solo tip too, you know what I'm saying? That's my bro right here. So, it was only right, you know what I'm saying? We got linked up in real time. Bro was out here on vacation, you know what I mean? And in both ways, you know what I'm saying? His lifestyle, he's not fake about it. And not to say the whole real or fake thing, but he practices the things that he preaches. He takes the necessary steps to seek the enlightenment that he, you know what I'm saying, that he wishes to gain. You know what I mean? And he can see that same thing with me. There's no gimmicks with us. And even with us being able to build on this kind of level and do this type of stuff, it only comes from one thing. You know what I'm saying? That real work. You know what I mean? And that's just one of the things, what he's saying, and we got to highlight that, man. So it's like, yeah, when an individual takes that much time to put out this much information, thorough information to help us take the right necessary steps to truly gain enlightenment, and you playing with that, you know what I mean? You're not taking it serious. It's just trendy to you, or it's just something to say to sound cool, or be amongst, you know what I'm saying, a demographic of people, you know what I mean? Because we get it, but that's what I mean. It becomes like church. You just sitting in the front row listening to the pastor hear a bunch of shit that make you feel good, but you're not going home preaching none of what you practicing, none of what you preaching. And we ain't with the whole, you know what I'm saying, but you get what I'm saying, bro. If you're gonna be true to what you preach, bro, or what you talk about, you gotta be true to it, man. And it's been nothing but high vibrations, nothing but love, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, bro, we had a good ass time. I low key don't want bro to go back home. We got more shit to do out here. You know what I'm saying? But this was part of it. We definitely had to get this done. But this is what I mean. Like, we come together for more purposes than just to just be a voice, you know what I'm saying, for our brother. We're always gonna be a voice for our brother. You know what I'm saying? We're never gonna leave no brother behind. I'm not leaving him behind. We're not leaving Rashad behind. We're not leaving none of our brothers behind, bro. But there's a lot that comes with that. We still building. We building stronger. You know what I'm saying? So we can, like I said, we can be a bigger voice when we need to. So we can do more healing when we need to. Put out more prosperous energy when we need to. Whatever it is, we doing more of it, and we doing it together. You understand what I mean? So it's real big, and it takes a whole lot of work. But we just been in the process of doing that. But that's obviously the whole theme of this live is just about the work for real. And putting the work in. And this is something that can be applied to everybody in their lives. Putting work with your children, you know what I'm saying? Taking time to talk to your children, understand your children, you know what I mean? Knowing who they are, learning what they like and what they don't like, and how to deal with them, you know what I'm saying? We got to take time to do that. Take time to learn how to deal with our significant other, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife. You know what I'm saying? Take time to learn how to deal with these individuals. You know what I mean? Take time to understand these individuals in their minds. You know what I'm saying? Show empathy sometimes, even when you might be frustrated. You know what I mean? Because who knows how much you might frustrate that individual. You know what I mean? There's a give and take in this world. You got to know how to give, and you got to know how to take. But that's just what we wanted to talk a little bit about, man. You got anything you wanted to? Let
me see, man. Keep the vibrations high, you know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to change, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, in order to get something that you want, you gotta do something you haven't done, you know? And no, I'm gonna say it better. In order to do something, you never, unless you want something, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want something you never had, you gotta do something you never did, and it takes work. But shit, you never know. It might come in a snap. You know what I'm saying? It's hard work. It's hard work. It's hard work, man. And it's beautiful.
My fault.
I was given. Oh, you good, God? You good, man? I was given the opportunity to pop out to CT with a guy. You know what I'm saying? We had a good time, bro. And like he said, as soon as we get back to our cribs, we going straight to work. Straight to work in the spiritual realm. And after that, we gonna take it out, take it with us, ingest it, digest it, all of that shit. And then we gonna put it into the physical and take everything we brought from the physical up to the spiritual. That's how it works. It's an infinity. like this. You know what I'm saying? Figure 8. That's what I'm trying to find it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Jay, you was gone for a little minute, man. We had took the flow for a while. Took the table for a little minute.
No, I was listening. I was doing something. That's why I was like, my fault.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that was on me. That was on
Ah,
me.
you good, bro. You good, bro. You ain't got to apologize, bro.
Life be
All
life,
right.
God. We already know.
Again, yeah, nigga, this
Oh,
ain't no cult, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Get your ass back on the screen, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
We chilling.
You know I had to make a little
I ain't
joke
even.
about that shit, cause y'all know that shit pissed me off, bro. I don't. That
Nah,
shit made me
it
mad, bro.
still pissed me off. It still pissed me off. Don't say I'm in no cult, cause ain't no nigga doing a thing for me.
Exactly.
Bro,
Nobody
I don't
think,
think.
and I'm not calling God no. I'm not calling God that, but I'm saying I'm not letting nobody think for me.
Nah, yeah,
I'm
facts.
done letting America think for me. I'm done. Like it's so many things that like I just want to touch on some things that we just gotta let go for us to even see things even clear. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
Uh, a lot of things we need to work on is lust. Like that's one of the biggest things we could work on. Like that's such a huge problem. Lust, pride, all these things that could, all these things that could that trick us out of our position and everything. And with that, it's so many, especially with lust. It's so many things. So many things could go wrong if you lustful. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like lust start like this. Like why is you looking at her like that? Like you feel me? Like the way you look at a goddess and things of that nature. Instead of acknowledging her body for the art that it is, do the pornography and a whole bunch of shit like that. Like coming for myself, like starting with myself. I remember I used to look at her and I used to see just her bottom. You feel what I'm saying? Like it was just she was just bad to me. It was just somebody like, feel me? Of course, one moment I wanted to get married and things of that nature, but it was more so from the perspective of looking at her. You feel me? And I don't want to look like she's the chromosome, the mitochondrial DEA. All life started from her. So, you know, it's all about, respecting creation. I spoke about this in the last slide. Respecting creation is respecting her and respecting yourself, because it is as within, so without. So you can't even look at her that way if you ain't looking at yourself in a certain type of way that's lustful, or whether it's pride or anything like that and things of that nature. These are all things that a lot of people they participate in. We participate in these things, and when we participate in them, we not able to see things clearly. God just spoke about semen retention. Semen retention is one part of it, but it's a whole nother part of it to where it's like how I'm looking at what am I doing stuff for. You feel me? Like when I'm putting these clothes on and things,
Hold on,
am I
God. Hold
doing
on.
stuff to I'm putting this-
Yo, God.
Your joint's skipping a little bit, bro. You lagging, bro.
Oh, it's lagging.
Yeah.
Is it good now?
Say something?
Is it good now?
Yeah.
That joint was tripping.
Yeah, it sound like it's straight now.
That shit was tripping. Yeah, what part y'all stop hearing?
After you said one part,
What about her?
you was talking about
Or just
you started
about
talking about the guy brought up semen retention, but we ain't
yeah,
really
he
hear
brought
no
up
more after
semen
that.
retention, and that's one part of it. Yeah, the semen retention is one part of it. It's literally like this, like when you was watching TV shows that had sexual content in it. When you was watching pornography and things of that nature, these electrical codes and things of that nature that you feel me, that can trigger you into, you know, looking at that can trigger, you know, that it's certain triggers. Like for instance, I can say one of my triggers I had before. Y'all can hear me clearly now? Like it's good.
Hold on. Let's see. Wait a minute. Because as soon as you put the phone down and started doing that shit again.
Okay. I could just do it like this. It's good like this?
Yeah, that seemed to be straight.
Probably just need to stand up. Nah, but I was saying about lust. It starts like, you know, deep in your subconscious mind. We've been doing this we've been doing things for so long that's of lust and of these negative vibrations, and you know that are the, you know, these things were created attacks against us, and these attacks and all this, it veers us off from what, you know, who we truly are, and you know it distracts us from what we came to do. Y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, you good, bro. Run it, bro. You good. We'll let you know if you start acting up.
Oh, I bet. So yeah, so it's literally like your subconscious mind focusing on that. So meditation is a good thing, but it's also like I'm speaking from experience. I just started noticing, you know, how I'm looking at her, how I'm looking at myself when I walk out the door. So it started with self. When I'm walking out the door, and you know, what am I walking out the door for? If I'm working out, yes, working out is high vibrational, but what's the literal mindset am I working out with? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I know some others, they do things to get goddesses. Like, you feel what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be like that. It should.
Hold up, God. Hold up, God.
Man, he was getting in, bro.
Bro. Come on, bro.
They go with that bullshit.
I was about to say, bro, I might gotta leave and come back in.
Yep. I think bro was getting, I don't know what bro was getting at, but I think bro was getting at the intent.
Some of what we was talking about earlier, remember what I said? About what I said about God damn.
The fuck niggas gotta make puzzles to get back on live? What the fuck?
Shit retarded. But when we was talking about niggas being tender dick and all that type of shit, and the stuff that, you know, niggas would do a whole lot of dumb shit, niggas would do unrighteous shit, niggas would move blindly out of lust, you know what I'm saying, for that feminine entity. You know what I mean? You got some who work off that, and they'll take advantage of a, you know, it's like prey, you know what I'm saying? They smell it, you know what I mean? And vice versa, you know. So I like where bro is going with this, because me and bro was just having this type of conversation earlier. So that's why I like that, bro, because we didn't talk about this, you know what I'm saying? So this how you know we just be, these are the things that we think about, that we see, we realize the importance of these things, bro. Like, for real, like, this shit ain't no game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have them lower chakras in check. God, where you at? You was on fire. You gotta get your ass back up here, bro, and run that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta talk that shit, bro. Where you at, bro? Come on, bro.
Come on up in here.
I don't even want to talk no more. I want to let the guy do his thing, man. Cause I already know. I know how bro come. Yeah, here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they was playing. I'm about to go next to some better connection right there. That shit was playing right there.
But yeah, now pick it back up. You was starting to heat up.
Like, am I clear now?
Yeah, you good now.
Yeah, I was saying.
Ain't no money.
Hey God, that shit lagging again.
Bro.
Shit good? How we doing now?
There you go. I'm afraid to answer.
All right, bet. That shit was tripping, bro. No, but I was saying what I was saying about you get me right?
Yeah, I get it. You got.
Yeah, what I was saying about lust and everything, right? It started from more of a subconscious mindset. It's kind of like, not kind of. It's exactly like the movies that you watch. You saw The Lion King, right?
Yes, sir.
If you was to go on your phone right now and go on YouTube and search up subliminal messages in movies or in Lion King, it's a whole bunch of videos that'll come up. It's a whole bunch of videos that come up. In Lion King, it actually smelled like I think Rashad Jamal said it too earlier, like in one of his past lectures. It actually spelled the word sex in the smoke in Lion King when the smoke was blowing off the cliff or something like that. And see the whole kill. The whole kill is when we was little, we ain't see that shit. You feel me? You ain't see the word sex and everything in the cloud and all that. But that's why I was talking about the brain before. And people don't understand like why they target the brain so much. You feel me? They was targeting our subconscious minds because when we younger, our subconscious minds is wide open because we haven't been filled with all these programs that have been implemented. Like lust go so far, and not just, and this is just lust is just an example of everything else that I'm talking about and the shit that they implemented. This shit goes so far is it's the subliminal messages, the words that they put in the cartoons, and hiding it in the smoke. But that's the first part of it you see. Like the literal director, what did he create it for?
Mm-hmm.
The cartoon you heard Rashad Jamal speak about it. They using private areas for noses.
Squidward and shit.
Mm-hmm. They using goddesses body parts for ears, Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All these things hold a certain frequency, and all that gets pushed right into our subconscious mind. And it's like, as we growing up, we see so much shit that go up into our subconscious mind. Then we get introduced to sex. And the first sex that most of us get introduced to is sexual immorality. Like me, the first thing I came across dealing anything with, sexual intercourse at all is a video online. And that video online, it didn't start right there. It started when I first got here. You feel me? It started when I was watching all those shows and those subliminal messages and all that. That's what I'm saying. People don't understand that these subliminal messages and these electrical triggers have been placed in us. That's why Rashad Jamal lecture, when he was talking about, that's why I say he touched on everything, bro. Everything ain't on his YouTube and everything ain't on the website. You gotta literally catch them YouTube lives where somebody was recording or going IG live. He was real talking on IG live, and I think this on IG live when he was talking about the electrical triggers and how it's certain people motherfuckers probably thought he was playing. It's like how powerful, y'all know how powerful singing bowls is. Chimes and all that, dings and rings and all that. These are sounds, and how powerful this stuff is, and the vibration that it holds, and how it goes smack into your ears. Your ears is the one thing where it's like any somebody could be driving past right now. They could be playing a singing bowl. They could be playing low vibrational music. They could be playing high vibrational music. You gonna hear it though, and it's a frequency that you gonna hear. And when you feel that frequency, you gonna react off it. This is what they did with subconsciously with us, and while we grow up, you feel me, and everything's so sexualized. So when we talking about healing and everything, this is why healing goes so deep. And it's so many of us, this is part of healing, understanding this part of why we are the way we are, how deep this shit really go. You feel me? Because if they can get you to waste your sacral chakra energy, if they can get you to just be rambunctious and loud and so loud to where you can't even think straight, you just feel with that, you just want to move. Like you were saying, y'all was saying, control chaos. Like you gotta control it. You gotta be able to control your feelings. You feel me? So about lust, and which is a huge thing, which is with everything else, it's these things in our subconscious mind. Now, how do we unplug them? It's not easy to just say, "Oh, it's a plug. Let me unplug it." Nah, it takes deep meditation and self-reflection. Like you actually got to just sit with yourself and be the realest with yourself. Why do I look at her this way? How do I look at her? Why do I look at her this way? Am I looking at her from the perspective of, damn, she's beautiful? Or am I looking at her from the perspective of, that's the creator of all. She is beautiful. Like what's the literal, what's in my heart? You feel what I'm saying? I was watching the video on this before. What's in my heart when I see her? What's in my heart when I see myself? And purity is the heart space. That's why they did all this shit. When you talk about sexual immorality, when you talk about all these negative, evil vibrations, and you talking about lust, and you talking about pride, and these are all things that are seep into the heart. They get into the heart, and they'll mess up your worldview of everything, your paradigm of everything. Because your paradigm, for those that don't know, your paradigm is your way in which you see the world. There was a moment in which I seen when it came to relationships, when it came to being with a goddess, there was a moment I said, if there's no sex, I don't see how we can even be together. And now I'm at a point to where it's like, I can't even lay down with you unless we get married. Not married in terms of no marriage certificate from the government. I'm not worried about none of that shit. I'm talking about married, but married checking in with the most high. You feel me? Me talking to the most high, me talking to the ancestors, and me saying, okay, this union that we got going on. You feel me? I really like her. She really like me. But is this the moment for us to get together and for us to take that next step and merge? Because merge is not a physical thing, so we don't need no goddamn. That's business shit. That's business shit. You can do your research. That's business shit. That's the shit that these white conquistadors and them Romans and shit, they got into that shit. We spiritual beings. You feel me? We tapped in on a deeper level. So it's just because your name on a piece of paper, that's a contract. Contracts can be broken. You feel me? Paper contracts can be broken. But the mission in which you came here for, that's your soul contract. That's a different type of contract than you just signing your name on something, unless somebody is literally, with the industry and with everything that they do, signing their name over in blood, putting their signature on something, signing their nature over. So yeah, to it's a whole bunch of these things, like, with our subconscious mind and these triggers. Like, we gotta heal this shit. And lust is something that can take you down. It will take you all the way down, bro. I'm speaking from experience. Like, lust ain't something that you want to continue to participate in. Even the goddesses, like how they look at us, why they looking good and everything. See, it gotta. It's cool to look fly. I'm not saying it ain't. It's cool to look good. I'm not saying it ain't. You see, I got my locks and I got the 2-strand twist. I got this in my pocket. It look good. It look good. But I didn't get this because I'm looking for guys to see, ooh, how he, you know what I'm saying? And then, have some, just wanting to do something sexually to it. I don't even think like that when I see guys. That's actually one of the things that I think about least, because I'm not even looking to have sex with you unless we get to know each other on a deeper level. There's a deeper type of understanding. And when you get to that level, that's the reason I stopped eating meat. That's the reason I stopped eating meat, because of the hormones that's in the chicken and the hormones that they pump into the meat and everything, and the things that they do to the animals. See, that's a whole nother thing when you're dealing with lust. I seen a video not too long ago where somebody was literally, they posted the video online. It's literally participating in bestiality, doing something to a whole chicken. And that chicken and those body parts, They sold that and they put that somewhere. These are the things that they doing to us to hurt us on each and every level. And it's not to say that they not you. I saw something else years ago, natural flavors. People think natural flavors is just stuff coming out of a beaver's bottom. Natural flavors is a whole bunch of stuff that they put in and blended together. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So it's just about understanding our triggers. Now, we do eat food and things of that nature. If you do eat meat, I'm not coming for you or anything like that. These are things that we just need to be aware of. And if we aware of it, we could tackle it. Now we can fix our approach. Like for instance, God, you said you still eat meat. You still eat meat and everything, right?
Yeah.
But you meditating though.
Yeah.
You in the sun, you vibrating high. Your intent is pure. It's all in your mindset and what you shifted. You feel me? It's so many things that we do with eating the food, and so many things that we watch, and they implement these programs, and these programs are to feed these strongholds that was constantly being added to even create the stronghold when we was younger. And in order to beat the stronghold, we gotta tackle the subconscious mind. And in order to tackle the negative things about the subconscious mind, that's real change, bro. The heart is real change, bro. That's like the shit. Like I'm talking about. Like I'm gonna do a video on this, but I'm gonna speak about it a little bit right here, bro. When somebody arguing with you, you could be by yourself. You could be in nature for a year plus straight. You could be in nature. That moment that somebody comes across you, you gotta know how to deal with people. You in a matrix and you in a world to where Satan, Zeus is controlling this world. Him and those fallen angels, they not dumb and they ain't forget nothing. So they coming. You feel me? It's that's what I'm talking about, bro. Knowing who you fighting against and get my bad, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Knowing who you fighting against, knowing your subconscious mind, knowing what triggers you, and knowing how to take things to the next level, and understanding who you are. You got to know where you came from, and that's the Most High God. And that's what I'm saying. The stuff in your heart and what you feel, like back to what I was explaining, because I just remembered it, just being real, talking and everything. You could be in nature for a year plus. If you in nature for a year plus, and then you got to know how to deal with people. If somebody come talk to you and they now on the same frequency, you in a realm with fallen angels and fallen gods. They attacking you constantly. These archons, everything, they attacking you constantly. When these attacks come your way, you gotta have some strength within to be able to deal with it. You feel me? You feel me? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying go be around a whole bunch of people. I'm not saying be around a whole bunch of negative vibrations. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, you knowing yourself better than your enemy knows you, you be all right. Because the attack's coming. But the thing is, it's a lot of people, we starting to know ourselves, but we gotta get to know ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? And it's a lot of work that everybody don't want to take the ashe, the ashe to do. Because you're not just sitting there quiet and everything cool. Nah, you literally calling out this stuff, the deep, dark stuff about yourself that's in your heart. And a lot of that shit ain't even come from you. Them was programs. And you was running off a whole program since you been here. You feel me? But soon somebody come around and things of that nature, going back to what I was saying, soon somebody come around and things of that nature and piss you off. Even if you don't say nothing out your mouth, and you just walk the other way, that ain't enough, bro. You felt something in your heart. You felt something in your heart. So whatever you felt in your heart, that's what I'm talking about. Address that. Where it's like, address that. So instead of going off on somebody, how about looking at it from the perspective of, this is my brother. He don't remember right now. I know where I could take it. I know where he could take it. I know where this thing could possibly go if we take it to the next level. But even for, getting there to where it's like, okay, I ain't, well, he may be in a state to where he still, he not ready to understand. He don't know the information to understand, to back up and just walk away. And that we at war with the oppressors and we can't be arguing amongst each other. Either he see the bigger picture or, either way, it's like this, fixing what you feel in your heart to say, you know what, I'm going back up from this situation because I'm not looking to be, my fight ain't with you. My brother incarcerated. Free Rashad Jamal, my brother incarcerated. We got his shirts on. Why the fuck is we gonna argue with somebody else? And we gonna do all these things, that's what I'm talking about. The things that's in our heart that we gotta fix. That's what I was talking about the heart for. That was a one piece to healing the heart and healing each and every chakra. You feel me? It's things set up subconsciously and programs set up subconsciously for you to believe in certain things and for you to act certain ways without you even questioning. You do things that you ain't never questioned before. And as soon as you start questioning, now you addressing the problem at the root. You feel me? You addressing the problem at the root. You feel me? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm talking about. When it's whether it's lust, whether you being pissed off at somebody, whether somebody come at you on that type time and you ain't on that type time, but you feel me? And eventually y'all walked away. Did you feel something in your heart to where it's like, man, I don't know, I just want to do something too, bro. He don't even know how. It's that what I'm talking about. Because even though he walked away, there could be something else, another spirit or whatever, attacking him and to get to you. And it's attacking you and causing all this confusion just to get you in a low vibrational state to set you up for other bullshit down the line. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's like literally seeing the wolf for what it is. You know what? She ain't acting right. He ain't acting right. But what is the root cause of why they ain't acting right? And when that goes back to my other video. If we start to get into the science of why we are the way we are, why things are the way we are, we're gonna be able to connect each other more. The heart on the planet gonna rise even more because now we understanding on a deeper level. So okay, I get that you went through that. So now that I get that you went through that, now I can sit and meditate, do the inner work within self. Why am I even triggered by that shit? We don't even ask that type of question. Why am I even triggered about some shit this is a brief moment. Like Kevin Gates said, I'll vacate the premises, let the clown at a circus.
Yo, God is lagging. Hey, God, she right behind you. Hey, right behind you, William. Still lagging, God.
If y'all in this joint, y'all could say something like to just know we good.
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Is it my end? Oh, it's up. We good now?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. So it's like that's what I'm talking about. Tackling the heart in general, tackling the mind in general. You know what I'm saying? And that format right there is a huge format for us to heal even more. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. When we talking about healing, you feel what I'm saying? And we talking about all this information. The people giving the deepest downloads and information right now, they did the work to go do that. That go back to what we were saying. It's actual our shade being put into this. Like we not just talking to be talking. You feel me? They did the work to put in, they put in the work to be able to, speak on a certain type of level and give information. You feel me? So the information that we given, not the information we given. So when we talk about doing the work and everything, we talking about addressing them dark parts of your mind, your heart, operating out of your heart space. That's what we should be doing anyway. That's why things so messed up because we ain't operating out of our heart space. You feel me? We not operating in the way that in which we was created to. So the more we tack the root of things, the rest just going. You feel me? Because I got to the root of the problem, so the shit ain't gonna show up. Like, even if it do show up, okay, now that this situation, because it's gonna be something that come down the line to where it's gonna be a test of some sort. I'm more suited for that test. And when I get through that test, then I become even stronger. And I see the growth in my mind and my spirit and my soul. And that's the healing right there. You feel me? And not only is that healing us on a personal level, that's healing us on a unity level. That's what this whole life about. You feel me? Because if I can understand you more, God, and you can understand me more, guess what? There's nothing distracting us from who the true enemy is. And that's what I'm talking about. Actual, like literal healing. There's nothing distracting us from who the enemy is. And a lot of these things will distract you from who the enemy is based off if you dove into lust, if you dove into anger, if you dove into all these things and you're not understanding the root cause of it. Because even if you're talking about lust and things of that nature, you may see this guy that she may got her OnlyFans, and you may be like, oh, she doing that wild ass shit, and she's siphoning all this energy and all this shit. But guess what? She's under attack, and the attack that she was under, see, look at it from this perspective. We both came down here to save the planet. They manipulated her to be a certain way. They manipulated me to be a certain way. They want one party blaming the other party. Eventually to where somebody's feeling bad. And it's just like one apple. If it's more than an apple, you're gonna throw the apple away, right?
Yeah.
My point. That's what they talking. That's what I'm talking about. It's a we the us and our family. Our family. It's a huge, high vibrational network type shit that we got going on in the cosmos. And that and this is just an example of me breaking it down. What's the driving engine of that network? There may be, it says above, so below. There may be division somewhere in the, not division. There may be different opinions, but we can agree to disagree. You feel me? We can come together and we still in unity though. We may got different opinions. We may think I may think we should go this way. You may think we should go this way. But that's my whole point. You feel me? They want to damage the network. They want to damage what make things work, what make things shake. And that's the unity. That's the heart. That's the mind. That's us knowing right from wrong and us knowing about each other and asking these questions to heal each other and, getting closer to each other and with each other and everything. They want to damage the cause of, like, they want to damage us. You feel me? That's why they attack Planet Cast so much. They attack when they want to cut when they did their best to try to cut our trees down. If they could take the root out, I'm pretty sure they would have. That's the point I'm saying, bro. And if we get to the root of all of our problems, we be all right. Now, understanding why everything is the way things is and why we under attack in the first place, of course we know it's their fault. We know what they doing. That's the root of the problem. That's another thing that they can go right in hand with this. Unity. Now we ain't blaming each other for everything. Yeah, I know I'm fucked up. Even in the hood. It's hoods, like it's these hoods in my city. They've been at war for decades, bro. Like they've been at it, bro. Like they don't like each other at all. Chicago, they got a movement going on, but they adding more unity into the community and everything. It's about understanding, bro. First of all, these they want to call it gangs. These communities were infiltrated into being gangs. Free Larry Hoover, free Jeff Full. These gangs that they like to call it, these were infiltrated communities to make them. I don't even think they could do that with the Black Panthers like that because how strong they is. That's why they a great example of what I like to talk about and what I like to speak about. Fred Hampton, they a great example. They like shit. We can't infiltrate that because why? It was hard. They had a lot of problems too. I'm pretty sure. COINTELPRO and everything. They tried their best, but and I'm pretty and COINTELPRO, which was the reason for a lot of things that went down. But the more that we weed out the fake, we can weed out the fake just by catering to the heart, unifying, understanding each other. You feel me? And knowing why we in the state that we in. As soon as we see that, man, we can't blame each other. Now these hoods that's been beefing forever in my city, if they can just get it in their mind that hold on, at one point, hold on, you mean to tell me my uncle was shooting your brother? My great grandfather was shooting your great grandfather, or whatever the fuck. And they were shooting each other then because somebody came and stole something, hid their hand, and left a certain flag or left a certain something to symbolize it was the other side. And it wasn't no beef at first, but they created that shit in the first place just for it to follow down bloodline, like all down the bloodline, for this shit to eke out. And now they got Vlad TV doing interviews, glorifying the violence, the news glorifying the violence. Once you get to that point and why they did the things in the first place to even do it, that ancient energy within you, it unlocked. And now it's no way I can't even see you as my enemy no more. That's the spell. That's the spell. I can't even see you as my enemy no more. And that goes back to it's like this. Yes, they got spells presided over the whole realm, but what do they got backing them spells up? Social media, the TV, pornography, these sites, these different things to cause all this shit in our subconscious mind. Understand? Because they know our connection. So that's what I was saying, bro. It's about tackling the root. If we get to the root problem, we gonna see easily who is the problem and that we ain't the problem.
Shade.
Yeah. So everybody talking about something. Take accountability. Take accountability. Yes, take accountability, but don't sit there and blame all this shit on us. We didn't. Why would we do this to us? Now, of course, you got them gods and goddesses who are fallen. They fallen angels and everything, and they chose to go a different route. You feel me? And they chose to go against their species, which is some dumb shit. And now we got everything flowed out today. Whether you want to call them demons, devils, fallen angels, whatever is the naming of you want to call them, these were motherfuckers that got casted out of the cosmos because of pride, because of arrogance, anger, all these vibrations and negative energies that caused this fall in the first place, who fell in lust, who had these. It's not just that you got a different perspective on everything. Your perspective and everything, and why you even trying to shift your perspective is of a negative intent because you want to go against the Most High God. And you want to back up somebody that want to be the Most High God. Which I said before, it's pretty gay. Am I lying? It's gay. That's not your role. You're not a goddess. You don't got that X chromosome. She was first. So Zeus is gay. That's why I say that. It's not just me being funny, and you feel me? Like I'm just saying it in the science of it. He want to go against Most High God, and he want to be the Most High God. I'm just saying that the nigga's gay. That's what I'm saying. Y'all can keep talking though. Y'all could talk. I talk a lot, but the nigga is gay. Nigga is gay. That's a goddess role to be at the leader and give the rules. Like she's at the top. No throne is above hers. So if you're trying to put your throne above hers, and then you was the first God ever created, nigga, ain't no excuse for that. You're gay. Just keep it real.
And some people might think you tripping when you say that, God, but why they make everything man around this bitch? His story, mankind,
Yeah,
even
but
even the cross.
see, God, I was just saying this though, right? I was saying this to Renegade. I don't know if you remember, but even when we talking about if I believe, I know it's a she, but I'm not gonna get so dove into what I know that I can just forget about everybody else that don't remember yet. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's what I mean by unity. So if somebody is talking about Jesus, and in my mind, I'm like, oh my goodness, because I had them thoughts. I'm like, oh my goodness, can this nigga shut the fuck up? I ain't seen a sandal around this motherfucker, and I still will talk like that. Like I still talk like that, but I'm not gonna talk from the perspective of trying to down somebody else. And I'm not trying to down your belief system. I'm trying to remind you and help you go deeper. I just want you to go deeper and think for yourself. Because when I look around, shit, they say the X chromosome came first in their science. And another thing is this: too much do we not bring up science? I just said this shit not too long ago. When you talking about science, bro, why would the Most High God not leave a trace of the truth in science? Everything is science. It's literally called the electromagnetic spectrum. You could look it up. That's what they call the world. Everything is science. Why would the Most High God not leave a trace of what the truth is in science? Nothing in nature can the male species get pregnant. Nothing. Nothing. The natural way of how things go, the goddess gets pregnant. The god is the protector. That's the natural way of how things go. Now all these different shit that they implement and all that shit, it goes against the natural way. You feel me? So yeah, so it's like even I remember Shah Jamal did the family who stays together. I mean the family who prays together will never stay together. That wasn't no division lecture. Nah. He actually speaking from the perspective of, hold on, I see what the witchcraft that they doing in the Bible, and I care about my people. I want y'all to know about this shit. You feel me? So it's not, you feel me? Everybody got their own opinions, but he didn't get on that live bashing Christians or bashing Buddhism or bashing anybody that believes in religion. He never did that. He never bashed nobody that believes in religion. He was bashing religion. He was attacking the system. The niggas who wrote the Bibles. You know, the niggas that I think they said like 16 books out before they released the first one. The rapist, the pedophile, the nigga who killed his own mother, King James, who wrote the Bible in the first place. The Rashad Jamal did his lecture and said he was actually Shakespeare. And then we look at the way the Bible is read or wrote. I'm just saying. You feel me? I'm just saying. Why can't we at least have a conversation about it? You feel me? Why does it just get to a point to where it's like, oh, I believe it's a he, I believe it's a she, I believe it's just the universe. The fact is, you know, it's a higher power, and we came down here and we didn't remember. You don't think the Most High God know that? like I'm just keeping it real, because we seem to think that the Most High God don't understand everything that we go through. We seem to think don't we connected to the Most High God? We connected to the universe. Why the fuck would they not get us? You feel me? But you could be a Christian, you could be a Muslim, you could not be a Christian or a Muslim. I'm not, but my heart pure though, and I want the best for myself. I want the best for my planet. I want the best for my species. So this is just an example. I was outside in nature, and most might not pick up on this download and try to make and be able to make the connection immediately. But I was just outside in nature. I was planting my plants. I was talking to the plants. Instead of me using any type of gardening tool with a sharp knife or object, I'm using my heart chakra. Hold on, let me grab this spoon. Let me ask plant a cap before I do it. Let me go in her easy, and then let me plant what I gotta plant. You feel me? Let me go in her easy, and then let me plant what I gotta plant. Let me plant the plant. Let me talk to the plant, talk to the planet as I'm doing it. And that make the plant feel good. That make the planet feel good. You feel me? So yeah, is that's it's so many things that, and what I was doing that dives into the heart and us caring about each other more. You feel me? Understanding each other more. That's unity. So if my heart pure, why does it matter what gender you say the creator is? You see what I'm saying? Like it matters because you have to acknowledge, like, for me I understand that we don't remember. So if you know the truth and you choose to go against it, that's different. You know the truth and you choose to go against it, that's different. But it's a lot of us that don't know and we don't remember this shit. So if we don't remember it, how can we be at fault? We literally don't know no better. So it's not willful ignorance. Willful ignorance is going out to participate in lust, and nigga, you know better. I'm gonna let y'all talk, bro. You said what?
Nah, I was talking to Renegade.
Seeing if bro had anything you wanted to add.
I said my piece.
Did I blow it up too much?
Nah. Because you covered some points that I was going by that I was gonna say about the unity and shit. Like,
Tackle it. It may be something come to mind. Just talk about it again.
yeah, you gotta get to the root of the problem. Like God said, you can't solve a problem without getting to the root. You know what I'm saying? You can't move a tree and transport it somewhere else if you can't get to the root.
No bullshit. You can't move your head. You can't move your body just moving your motherfucking head. Nigga, your feet gonna have to move. Like, you gonna have to move your foot in some way, shape, or form. You gonna have to scoop or something below you gotta move before you could just move. Even if you in a wheelchair, that wheel gotta move before you to move. You remember? So yeah, you gotta. It's everything move off the root. If it ain't going off the root, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Because the root is where everything is at that needs healing. Everybody focus on how beautiful Planet Kai is on the outside, but we seem to not even remember or even think to remember, to seek to remember how beautiful she actually is on the inside. I remember God was talking about that fresh soil, and you could tell fresh soil from the soil that's been on top. That's what I'm saying. Why does the soil on top even look like that? But the planet's still beautiful. So how beautiful is the soil underground? How beautiful is that energy underground? Like gold. People don't even know where gold come from. Gold comes from the planet, from inside the planet. You got to get all the gold in the planet. It's literal gold that comes from the planet. And this gold, they call it monatomic gold if you look it up. You got to get the right one. You know what I'm saying? You got to do your research, get the right one. Because I used it before, and it actually did help me on my journey. But you got to get the, you feel me? That it's they say in they science, in the science that you could even look up. I remember I got this from 19 Keys and Alexi did, and it was a minute ago. Soon as we come into the realm, we they say born. They say we come here with at least 2% gold within us. Nigga, we come here with it all. If you know what gold actually is, you feel me? So
Yes, sir.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying, bro. You feel me? It's like even me being able to give information like this, it don't make me no better than nobody, bro. You feel me? It don't. And everything that I speak about, it may be some side roads that I take. We may hit a bump, but the car's still moving, and we still going in a direction. We still going in a direction, just like Rashad Jamal said. I can't take his example. He said it. Free Rashad Jamal. He said it. He said it.
Yeah, ain't nothing taking the scenic route or a detour, you know what I'm saying? You still get to the destination. It's about the journey. That's what it is.
It's a journey. It's a journey.
The journey.
Some of us may be walking a little. Some of us may be walking a little bit, but guess what? We still on the path.
Still a journey. On your way.
Uh-huh. What's up, man? How you doing? Shit. What's up, Renegade? You good?
Yeah, man.
I know you got some. I know you got something to say. I know he do. I know he do. He got something high vibrational to say. I know he do. Well, every word that
Nah,
come out of his
man.
mouth is not fake.
I pretty much, there's always a gang of shit to say, but I kind of, I just wanted to speak my piece more so on the, you know what I'm saying, on the unification thing, you know what I'm saying, just more so about like, like I said, bro, I kind of spoke. I feel like I already kind of said everything that I had to say on the matter, as far as the things that I really wanted to speak on, as far as the collective and the work that it takes to build together and why it's important to do those kinds of things of that nature. So that's probably about it for me, bro. I just want people to think about the things that you desire, bro. Like what it is that we want. You know what I mean? When we talk about that liberation, we talk about spiritual liberation. We had to find ways to spiritually liberate ourselves. You know what I mean? Through, letting go of certain things, you know what I mean? And understanding certain things like religion, having a better understanding of what that's all about. You know what I mean? And even the things that they took from our original spirituality and used in religion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like figuring out all of what we need, you know what I'm saying, to get all of what we need to get, man. But when it comes to this collective thing, that's what I'm saying is figuring out the necessary and the required work, to get the desired destination met. You know what I mean? And just applying that work, man. That's just my biggest thing, bro. Just building with individuals, you know what I'm saying, on a real level, on a practical level, and just getting to this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was about. I feel like the first, you know what I'm saying. I gave him the full clip. Like I didn't, because man, when it come to the when it come, because it's like there's only so much I be feeling like I can say before a person have to sit with themselves and find their own answers or find their own solutions or reasons or just any of that. You know what I mean? Sometimes a motherfucker just need to, just be able to figure some shit the hell out and know what they even trying to figure out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just feel like when it comes to this collective thing, a motherfucker should know that it's going to take a different level of work. It's going to take a different level of dedication. We're trying to do something that we haven't done in this lifetime yet. So it's going to require you doing shit that you haven't done. So just like we was talking about, if you ain't never shut the fuck up, you know what I'm saying, and understood someone before, then this is the time to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't never tried it before. You ain't never heard no one out. You ain't never, you know what I'm saying, looked at someone else's perspective, you know what I'm saying, and gave it a chance. You know what I mean? It's always, when it's your way or the highway, you know what I mean, you'll never be able to work with anyone. So that's just more so the thing. When folks are stuck in their ways for whatever reasons, all of these things are what prevent us from getting to where we need to get to. But to have a supreme understanding, you know what I mean, of how we operate as spiritual beings, then you know that there's no way around certain levels of work, that you got to do it. And we're going to be challenged. We're constantly going to be challenged. And if the shit was supposed to be easy, then we wouldn't be here going through this shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't supposed to be something that's easy for us to figure out. So, that's just how I feel about this shit, man. Like when it comes to this collective thing, it takes an equal amount of work is keeping self in check and checking in with the reflections, building, keeping things on the up and up, displaying honor, displaying integrity, displaying honesty, you know what I'm saying, displaying patience, you know what I mean, understanding and everything that comes with it, bro. But these are the steps that we need to be taking. These are the things that we need to be doing. These are the conversations that we need to be having, man. But yeah, bro, like I said, bro, I can't think
It
of.
got deep.
Got real deep.
No, we ain't gotta load it all in. This one of many. I really want Mike, I really want you to get on, see if you could get on live because just to see if 3 screens could be on them. I think it can though, because I seen it before. Yeah, it can.
It's up to like 8
You can fit like
16.
Yeah, you could. Yeah. Nah, I ain't heard no 16. I ain't seen that before. You might know something I don't know.
It's up to 16.
But yeah, so yeah, we gonna talk. But yeah, it's something about what we was talking about earlier. But yeah,
All about the intent, man.
that would have been perfect. 16.
Yeah, nah, we definitely what time we landing on?
About like 11.
AM
11 your time. You talking about go?
Nah, like the time to get there.
I'll get there about like 11:44, 10:44. I think 11 your time. So I won't touch the house till about 12 my time.
At night.
So I gotta go to Charlotte and wait in Charlotte for a couple hours.
Nah, but it's been real, y'all. You know what I mean? My jump about to die, it's on 5%.
Nah, it definitely been real, bro. We gonna get another one popping. You know what I'm saying, with the quickness. That's why I was trying to find out when, bro.
Yeah, we got to.
It back. You know what I'm saying? Because we gonna get another one on, bro. We gotta get some more of the bros on too. We gotta get the guys on here, bro. So we can start having that supreme collective conversation on a mass level, on a grander scale. But yeah, nah, bro. This was a good one, bro. This was a good one. That's why a nigga just had to let you go. You know what I'm saying? Because you was talking some vital talk. So when it's like that, bro, that's why I say, you know what I'm saying? When a motherfucker running hot, you gotta let them run hot. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them do their thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And put them vibrations out there. So yeah, man. Like we say, bro, one of many. That's why I was just lost in the use. I was like, shit, man.
I gotta push that. I gotta.
Huh?
Say it again.
Nah, you lagged out. Whatever you said, niggas didn't hear you.
No, I was listening.
Nah, you had said something, God, but you had lagged out when you said it.
I was about to say, I ain't bugging, right? But yeah, nah, God, this. Oh shit.
Yeah.
What happened?
His phone about to die. That's your phone started tripping about to die.
This shit tripping.
Yeah, nah, it's good though, God. We about to sign off the John though, man. But much love, bro. You already know what's going on, man. High vibrations, you know what I'm saying? Like we said, bro, powerful. You know what I'm saying? There was some powerful vibrations put out, you know what I'm saying? So we just manifested. They rested on the right ears and did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Much gratitude for the God and the energy that he put out tonight. Cause like I said, bro, God was on fire. So you know what I'm saying? You already know it's to it, but you already know how we coming, man. You can expect to see more of us. God was on that. You can expect to see more, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of us new to each other. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't new to this, bro. So we just new to some of y'all, man, but get used to us, bro. But peace, man. Peace. Stay safe and stay dangerous out there, y'all.
I shade.
I shade.